the Kensington Fire Department tactical it's not tactical, it's an employee exercise. Chief Colaza, I want to thank you for allowing me to come to the fire station. I'm excited about newly promoted company officer for your station. I'm 100% behind in supporting my chief and the decisions of my coworkers, as long as they're good, sound advice and good quality of work and good attitudes to the public, which is what we're here to serve. If any time you can give me any advice or help with any situation you'd like that, please don't be afraid to do so. I plan on being here a long time. I really am looking forward to have a good, cohesive group. I truly believe that a good leader is only as good as his crew. And if crews are having problems, then that leader has a problem. And so I need to take the reins of this horse and go down and make sure that this is a smooth running operation day in and day out, and that the customers are truly receiving the service that they deserve and what they pay for. I think the first thing that must be addressed is the issues here. There's a multitude of issues. From what I'm obtaining from the emails you sent me and the letters from you, other firefighter employees and civilians, there is a crew that seems to believe that they have a extensive knowledge of how to fight fire with a 5-year limited experience, and that they can use an attitude at times where they feel they don't have to use courteous and respect towards civilians and other firefighters. I think that's a big issue that needs to be handled, and it will be handled, and I will take care of it. But I want to tackle individually with these issues here. From your first letter that I received this morning, Chief, it shows that the two main individual firefighter wives from Truck 4 that seem to be giving the previous captain, Captain Stone, and engineer operator Tracy Murray problems at times as Pitts and Cortez. And from your recommendation, it shows that Pitts is the senior member and seems to have the most time in service and in experience, which is a good thing. This is something that I want to grab on and hold to. I will really focus on my senior members, because you can't change experience. You can add and add and add, but whatever they've had before, there's a lot of good experience. Even though they have a bad issue or two, that's fine. That's stuff we can handle and we can discipline. But the multitudes of calls, multiples of fires, multitude of EMS calls that these people / firefighters have gone and done a good job. So I really do believe, I agree with you, Chief, that the issue in hand here is that they haven't had a strong leadership type to come in and set the ground rules and remind them that they're here to serve the public. And I am that leader, Chief, and I am going to handle this, and I am going to take care of this. Additional issues that I wanted to talk about. I noticed that you also sent another email concerning Tracy Murray, that she seemed to have a good intent of doing a good job, but feels that she at times is not considered a captain when she is writing captain. She's just one of the firefighters, just one that she's been in the crew. And I see this problem in these fire department, but in SOP wise, when the acting engineer operator is writing acting captain, that is just as the same authority as a regular captain. I will definitely teach EO Tracy Murray to, when she is writing captain, that she has all the abilities of what a regular junior captain has, and that it's her duty and job to do the right thing, because not just for other people to get in trouble, but we're talking about safety issues here. We're talking about customer service issues here. She has to do a good job and she's got to not let the other firefighters tell her how she needs to act and how she wants to do just because that is not her full-time role. So I agree with you there that this needs to be done. And I noticed that they were talking about this letter, the Burger King issue. They were doing a primary search, and then they came out late, and you're going out and saying, why did it take you so long? And someone off engine 4, questioned it and said, why did you take so long? And Cortez said, get off my back, and you're not my supervisor, shut up. I know sometimes in the fire department we do have feelings. I mean, it's the only thing like that. But firefighters need to treat us up with respect. If someone was genuinely concerned after we've hit the horns, done a call across, with 30 seconds, get out. That doesn't mean 3 minutes later. And we don't want the crew breaking up. We don't want disparity. We want to run as a clean working unit. Staying inside when you've commanded out. I'm sorry, Chief. That's insubordination. They need to get out just for the safety and alone. If they didn't hear it and it's loud in there at times, I can understand that. But this sounded like a case that someone needed to speak to them. And if Officer Murray at that time, she was acting up, if she needed to go back to the station, pull them aside and say, hey guys, look, I told you to get out. You didn't get out with me, but I didn't want to break up crew disparity. You need to do your job. Or, when I interview EO Murray, I'm going to speak to her and say, well, what happened in that fire? I'm going to investigate when I speak and figure out why did that happen, because that's unacceptable. When you call for us to come out, Chief, we come out because I know it's a safety issue. You're doing it for our safety. I get it, and that will be handled, sir. Also here, it shows that Chief Gilbert rode in your place. And they caught a house fire, and the civilian asked, where do I stay the night? And Cortez responded to, what do I look like, the Holiday Inn? Chief, two things there's a problem with this. First, you have someone that is riding in your place. Your crews need to represent you while you're gone. They should be very, if anything, P's and Q's when there's another captain, there's another chief that's working on duty. This isn't playtime. This is showing respect to the civilians that we owe our service to and our pay to, and to Chief Gilbert. She's not she wasn't the normal chief. She was riding in. She can go around town and tell everybody how bad the crews are doing. And there's another letter in here that I do have from someone showing that that's the rumors coming around. And just those two things are unacceptable. You don't misrepresent to another fire chief your crew and bad attitude. That doesn't work. And a civilian doesn't work. I see also here that another captain had filled in, one of our rovers, Captain Bowles, had filled in and told E.O. Murray and Pitts to assist in making opening, but Captain Bowles knew that if you didn't take an axe and cut through it and get through the tar and paper, that the blade would gum. And he went around and came back and saw Murray going down the ladder to get more blades, and Pitts was laughing, and they hadn't cleared the paper, and they finished the cut, but he was upset, and I guess I can understand that he may say, well, new captain's coming to me, that he'll handle it. That may be so, Chief, but I'm not that type of character. I don't care what unit I'm riding on. When we get back to the station and we're discussing about when a captain orders something, the SOP for the use of firearm is you follow that rule, and if you don't agree with it, then you can either file a complaint or hash it back out with that officer that gave the order. But you do your orders. That's insubordination by not doing that. Also here, Pitts is an email to you back on the 5th stating that, he wants a little help. He feels that the crew's discontent and, should do this and do that. Pitts feels like he should run the show, but which it's good for a senior firefighter that wanted to do that, but he needs to learn to bring to the table his skills, but let the officers be the officers. You can recommend or whatever that task you might want to do, but he needs to handle his job and do it the way he's ordered to do. That's for our SOPs, safety, and so he can go home to his family the next day. Also here, it seems that Cortez was running around in a fire without his face piece. Unacceptable. In working house fire, you have to have your gear on. Usually I say, hey guys, real quick, slap that on. You don't want chief to get on our backs, whatnot. I as a captain, I want you to be safe. I want you to be able to go to your family. Wear your face piece. That's a no-brainer, easy fix, not a problem, chief. Another one on Cortez. Says that he seems to be argumentative around, and he's having problems talking to people. And this was another officer saying this, so that's an attitude thing that needs to be talked about. But as you can see, Chief, many issues. Now, the interesting thing is that there's also a great a nice letter commending the firefighters on Truck 4, which are these people we're talking about doing a great job. So the ability's there. I think they just need to have good redirection. And the way to do that is, for my goals, I want to make sure the firefighters have good attitudes, that the firefighters work safely, and that the EOs, when they ride up as captains. And I also want the firefighters to respect that EO when that person is riding up. And the way I plan on doing that is, actually, I'm going to meet individually with them, one-on-one in my room at a time. I'm going to document in Form 42 that we've talked about their jobs and their duties and what's expected of them, and go over SOPs to show what we need to do as firefighters. I will do that with EO Murray. I will go over and show what is her duties. And once I've handled that, and I've got Truck 4 covered, I'm going to have a group meeting with the entire station to let Engine 4, Truck 4, everybody know that we will have daily roll calls. We'll talk about how we're going to serve the city in a positive attitude, how we're going to show up and do our job, how we're going to make sure that our engine and ladder truck have plenty of gas in the vehicles themselves, all the tools, everything's clean, ready to go, because the public's always watching us. And we're going to show up to work in time to relieve our men and be ready to go right at relief time. Not show up to work and not have anything done. Relief time is to be ready to go, apparatus run out the door, catching a call. So they need to get to work a little bit early to make sure they can properly relieve and take care of the business they need to do. Like I said, I will document this information in Form 42 as I go, and the captain's log when I do each and every one of these deals. And the frequent roll calls I'll have every time will reinforce everything that's going about the positive attitude, how we can do things better, and how we can serve the public. Chief, I'm always going to inform you if when each and every one of these acts are going along to keep you based on this. I will keep you in the know, and I will follow up with the civilians that have sent emails and let them know, sorry for you felt that you're not cared for by the fire department. That is not true. We are here to serve you, and absolutely. And also with the firefighters that have written letters, I will get all the stories and find out and keep them in the know about how I'm progressing. But in summary, Chief, I appreciate you letting me be here. I appreciate you letting me have these problems, because they will get done. You're going to see an improved crew. You're going to see that I'm going to do a good job. You're going to be very happy with the end results. But please, don't forget to give me any information if you think that it can help the cause. I appreciate it again. And as assessors, thank you for seeing my tape. And thank you for allowing me to give time. I really enjoyed to do this job. Thank you.